Igor, it's not the end. I won't let it end like this. Go. Die. Fade. Portal. Help. Die. Igor. While searching Tarakan's hideout, you disarmed his traps, leaving the place vulnerable to the NAR. You considered rearming the traps, but feared they could be set off by a civilian. Because of that fear, you decided not to rearm the traps. You met with Professor Semenoff, your old mentor, in the Kopachi kindergarten. He tried to convince you that he's only a lesser scientist with the NAR, and that he came to Kopachi to find some old documents. You had a hard time believing him. You reached the supplies, but someone else got there first. You killed him and took the food for yourself. Let's rearrange the timeline, Igor.
Hey, don't hurt me! I'm unarmed!
Hands where I can see them. I take it you're the traitor everyone's so anxious to find.
What? Where did you get that? I'm no traitor. I was never even with the NAR.
You'll have to be a lot more convincing than that. Those spooks really want to find you. Your face is all over the radio.
All right. I used to trade with some of the grunts sometimes. But those knuckleheads got confused about how trading works. They tried to rip me off. And
What?
one thing led to another, and you understand. I took a few little items to balance the account. Obviously, they didn't want the brass to find out about their little side hustle, so they cooked up this yarn about a traitor.
Interesting.
Yeah, but not nearly as interesting as you, my friend. You're new to the zone, right? You've been staying in Mikhail's warehouse. I wonder what you're up to.
How did you know that?
I need to go now. They're probably worried about me.
Who's they?
Sorry, I can't tell you that. Please step aside. I'm going now.
Sorry, but I don't like your story. Why don't you tell me who you really are? And let's take a little look-see in your bag while we're at it.
Who I am is none of your bloody business, and I'm not showing you shit.
We're both in a tough spot here. Maybe you're just a hustler, or maybe you're a spy. I can't just let you walk away.
Yeah, looks like we're in a bind, all right. Ball's in your court, asshole.
Just another stalker trying to make it in the zone, eh? You're free to go.
Yeah, whatever.
You met Kostya. He was captured and held prisoner by the NAR. He asked you to release him, but you hesitated, wanting more time to think it through. You left him to rot in jail. You successfully brought the food back, but were unsure if you could tell Olga about Kostya. Perhaps you could have asked her to join you? You decided to tell her that Kostya is dead, and now Olga is devastated. Are you ready to readjust the timeline, Igor?
I retrieved your supplies.
One more thing. Kostya never made it back to the camp. If you happen to run into him, tell him to hurry. We need him. I need him.
You should tell her the truth, Mousy. Haven't you noticed yet that secrets never bring anyone happiness?
I have no fucking idea what you think you're gonna accomplish by telling her the truth. But, yeah, go for it.
He might be dead by now, but I don't know for sure.
What the hell does that mean? Explain yourself. I said start talking.
He was in a jail cell, and for good reason. I'm afraid the shadows got him. I'm very sorry.
Oh my god. How could you? His blood is on your hands. Get away from me, you piece of shit.
Olga, please, no shooting in the village. That
Wrong. This isn't. You got that? So you better.
You met Kostya. He was captured and held prisoner by the NAR. He asked you left him to rot. Let's rearrange.
Let me out and let's get back to Olga. I'll make sure you get the credit for retrieving the food.
This guy's sketchy. Gives me a weird vibe. Let's leave him here. If he's as skilled as he says he is, he can make it back on his own.
All right, you're...
Thanks. I'll put a good word in for you.
You successfully brought the food back, but were unsure if you could tell Olga about Kostya. Perhaps you could have asked her to join you? In the end, you decided to leave the village without doing anything. Kostya asked you to give him food for the Samoshils so he could incapacitate Matvey and run the village differently. You felt his plan was unacceptable and refused. You successfully brought the food back. In the end, are you ready to readjust the timeline, Igor?
I retrieved your supplies.
Thank you for saving Kostya. He can be difficult, but he's family. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me.
How about joining forces? Your people seem to have everything under control here. I could use someone with your skills and drive.
And I could use someone who knows so much about NAR technology. Yeah, I think Matvey can take care of things on his own for a while. Lead the way.
I'll open a portal for you. Just don't freak out, okay?
Kostya asked you to give him food for the Samoshils so he could... You felt his plan. Let's rearrange some...
You have the supplies, right? Let me...
What? Those are some balls you've got.
I really need you to hand them over.
Either you tell me what is this all about, or I'm not giving you...
All right. Look,
Go on.
But for some reason, they don't trust me. They only listen to Olga and that old coot. Don't get me wrong. I love Olga. I love all of them. They're my family, and I live to protect them. Even when it's against their will.
Maybe they don't trust you because you're a lying sack of shit.
Matvey needs to learn his place. He's reckless, makes decisions that could get us all killed. His reign of terror has to be stopped. I'm going to spike his food. Just give him a little something to make him a bit. Then I can make some changes around here. And
Well, that's...
I'm a doctor, as you know. I'll be very careful. If you help me with this, you'll always find support here.
Before I make up my mind,
Yes. I trust that you can...
Trust in this, Matvey. I've known him for a long time, and I don't trust him. He may even be an unwilling vessel for the Rat King's wrath. A taste of rat poison is just what he needs.
All right, I'll play your game. Here's the food. Just make sure nobody gets hurt. But remember, you owe me big time. I'll be asking you to return the favor sometime soon.
Absolutely. You've got my eternal gratitude.
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but it's for your own safety. I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the roof of the Pripyat hospital. Come as quickly as you can, and try to be discreet. My superiors would be very unhappy if they knew I was helping you.
I knew I could count on the old man. I would have contacted him sooner, if only I'd known he was here.
Ready for some action, Igor? Why are we still hanging around here?
What's the plan, Kimanuk?
All right, Igor, what's next?
We should move out, man.
Koslov, the most hated man in the zone. He's ruthless, but hardly a mastermind. Despite his civilized appearance, he may just be a mad dog, unleashed by the NAR. Still, you could probably learn a lot from him. He could be your ticket into the power plant.
Bad news, Igor.
What's going on?
Kozlov is about to leave the NAR encampment. Very convenient timing, isn't it?
Convenient indeed. So, change of plans?
Go to Hotel Policia, top floor. You'll have a great vantage point from up there. It will allow you to pinpoint Kozlov.
Sounds good.
Excellent. We should pursue this plan. This will bring us closer to defeating the Rat King.
You're one psycho old geezer, Terracan. But I like you because you love to stir shit up. Working with you is a real pleasure.
You may be far from divine enlightenment, Sashko, but your heart is in the right place.
Guys, we've got a situation here. We've got you now, Stalker! Enemy in sight! I repeat, enemy in sight!
outside. Cold, wet, and full of mosquitoes all biting you in the dick. I have to take a leak soon. I hate being outside. Cold, wet, and full of mosquitoes all biting you in the dick. What the fuck am I doing here, huh?
got spotted! Engage your will!
have arrived at his last known position. You're not half as quiet. This is not going to end well for you. Why did you have to come back, huh? This is not going to end well. Why did you have to come back, huh?
Enemy in sight! I report for him, boys! Nothing can... Shoot the hostile! Show yourself! He's holed up over there! We need to lure him out! He's holed up over there! We need to lure him out!
You're going down, Keenan! You'll get the hostile! Light his ass up! He'll come out eventually. Everyone be ready! Smoke the motherfucker out! He's behind cover! Flank him! Tango's behind cover! Careful! I've lost it.
I'm on the top floor, and I found some binoculars.
Good. Luck favors bold mouses like yourself.
I see him. General Kozlov in the flesh.
The chief rat. Now listen closely, Mousy. His living quarters are in the building on your right, top floor. The time for action is now. Gather your courage and go, Mousy.
What about a little help? Perhaps some kind of diversion?
Yes. Luring the other predators away is always a good idea. Use the generator to power up the Ferris wheel. Its lights will attract them like moths.
Like moths? That might work for a minute or two, but it won't last.
Do you have a better idea?
I might. Shut down the generator instead, and they'll be blind. Then you'll have no problem sneaking past the guards and getting to your target.
Okay, I'm at the generator.
The shadows are out! Fucking hell!
Fire! Fire at will! Target ahead!
Over there! Keep shooting!
More of them are coming!
Watch your six! Stay alert!
Disabling the generator must have opened the shadow cages. The guards will be quite busy for the next little while.
Not afraid of the dark, are you? Seriously though, watch yourself. Those things will eat you just as soon as any guard.
What's all the commotion?
Don't even think about reaching for that sidearm, General Kozlov. I'm not interested in talking to you, but I need to find Tatjana, and you're in my way.
Is that so? Those few words you just said tell me you have no idea what's going on here.
Come on. He's just trying to weasel his way out of it. Kill him now. Don't let him get in your head.
I'm sorry, General. I'm not that kind of person. But you leave me no choice.
Wait. You're making a huge mistake. I can tell you a great many things. Useful information.
He's full of shit. Just pop him and blow.
You want to know about Tatiana, right? Then you found the right man. Let's talk.
Okay. I'll bite. But you better have answers.
Did you think I would be impressed? I've seen these things before.
Don't make your situation any worse than it already is. Move.
So, this is what it looks like from the inside.
Surprised? I guess you're not all-knowing after all.
Let's say terrorist hideouts are not my department. But I know everything I need to know. Is this a family meeting? What a pity. I thought we were going to talk man-to-man, Professor Kaminyuk.
What the fuck? Why did you bring this asshole here? You were supposed to punish him for what he did, and then leave his corpse as an example.
My poor fellow. I suppose you expect me to acknowledge you and apologize for something I've done. Sadly, I am forced to disappoint you. I have no idea who you are, nor do I care.
I don't like this one bit. Let's put an end to this, and fast.
You should be careful with that one, Kaminyuk. Women are often far more cruel than men. I've seen her kind in... well, it hardly matters. What about you, old man? Still chasing ghosts? Did you ever find your mysterious Rat King? Perhaps you should have stayed in the institution. At least they kept you properly fed. Sashko Horobets. I admire your craft, but there's nothing I can do for you. Or your brother.
We'll see about that.
Are we done with introductions? Let's get to it then.
You seem to be the most reasonable of this gang of colorful misfits. I was hoping you and I could have a civilized conversation.
I know exactly what you're doing. It isn't particularly clever or original, and it's not going to work.
What am I doing? I am a professional who happens to be on the other side of the fence. Just a man trying to do his job. I have a nephew that I very much want to see. So, go ahead and ask your questions. When you're satisfied, I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Your nephew? Tell me about him.
He's 10 years old. He's from Magnitogorsk, like his father and me. and is the smartest kid I know. I don't believe for one moment that you could harm him. It simply isn't your style, Professor. Besides, you don't even know where he is.
Do not assume to know me, Kozlov. That would be a mistake. Tell me about the experiments. What is Semenov doing in the lab?
I wish I could tell you. But as with tracking down trespassers, that is not my department. My task was to ensure Semenov could work undisturbed.
You lie. I've seen everything. I've even studied Chernobylite myself. How can you claim to know nothing about it?
I know about its applications, yes. I know that it can act as an unlimited energy source, that it can be used in transportation, medicine, and can even be weaponized. But I don't know any details about its implementation. I'm not a scientist, just an old soldier.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Look, I'm not a personal friend of Semenov. His findings may be profound, but at what cost? Remember, it was Semenov who botched the experiment that released the shadows into this world. Can you guess how many people I've lost fighting those things? Don't ask me where these creatures came from, because I have no idea. From a nightmare, perhaps. Semenov has a god complex. He believes he can advance the human race, a bold claim, especially in this part of the world, no? We lived in the shadow of people who wanted to turn us simple bread-eaters into angels for almost the entire century. But I've been around. I've seen things. So you can understand why I'm skeptical when I hear such claims.
Semenov may be the brain, but he isn't responsible for the atrocities in the zone. That's your doing.
You seem like a smart fellow, Kamenyuk. Why would you buy into this nonsense?
What do you mean?
Whatever Semenov told you, he is the real puppet master. He has great influence over the board.
The board?
The big money people in the tailored Italian suits. The people who make money by making money. Semenov convinced the board he's going to transform NAR into a trillion-dollar business. To them, he's like an investment banker messiah.
Semenov isn't rounding people up and torturing them, filling mass graves with civilian corpses. That's you.
Well, naturally, you'll get a distorted view of what's going on when you only hear one side of the story.
Uh-huh. What's your side of the story, then?
This is a war zone. I am responsible for keeping my men safe and doing my job. Some collateral damage is unavoidable in any conflict. But trust me when I say I've already had a bellyful of civilian misery. I do my absolute best to keep their suffering to a minimum.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. That pretty dream. I don't know what to tell you.
You're the head of security. Am I to believe you're not privy to everything that goes on at the power plant?
Professor Kamenyuk, listen. I am here to earn a little extra money so I can retire someplace nice and send my nephew to an Ivy League university. I have zero interest in anything that doesn't directly concern my men and my job.
If you don't tell me, I swear.
I cannot tell you what I do not know, Professor. Semenov is the authority in this area. Talk to him if you want to know more about the experiments or this Tatiana girl.
How do I enter the power plant?
You're placing me in a very awkward position. You want me to divulge information that may lead to casualties among my men and the civilian staff.
You've got a real nerve talking to me about civilian casualties. I can't believe you would try that. Again. What is the password and response for accessing the power plant?
Don't be stupid. You and your merry band of trumps will never make it out of the power plant alive.
I don't care. Do you know where we are, right now?
No. I don't understand it, this place. But let's skip the guessing game, and you just tell me.
We are currently in the tunnel between two singularities. It's like a black hole, only smaller. This tunnel is a shortcut through time and space. Marvelous, isn't it? But to use it, you need to know how to enter and how to leave.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Do you? I don't have to kill you. I can simply leave you here. But don't count on dying anytime soon. Time dilation will ensure that you don't. You will never see your nephew again. But perhaps I will release you to attend his funeral when he's died of old age.
I can see that your companion's cruel nature is beginning to rub off on you. Very well.
Are you ready to cooperate now? If you lie to me, I will return and it won't go well for you.
The call is, we quell the storm. The response, and ride the thunder.
Thank you. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. What to do with you now, eh?
It's too dangerous to let him live. I believe we already agreed on that.
I want to ask him about Rustling Fast.
He's mine. I want him to experience a slow descent into hell. Fucker! He's just a tool of the Rat King. He told you everything of value already. Do not let this rodent roam free. He can still do great damage to our cause, more even than before.
Sorry. I can't let you go.
You're making a mistake, Professor. One you will dearly regret.
Mikhail, you deserve to have your revenge.
Thank you, my friend. You can go now. I can take it from here. Trust me.
God, no! This is... Please! I don't deserve this!
But you said you didn't remember who I was. Let's see if I can refresh your memory.
God damn you, Kaminyuk! Not this sociopath! I'm begging you! Kill me! Just kill me, please! Anyone!
Can I talk to you for a moment, Igor?
How you doing, Olga? Everything all right?
You keep mentioning this girl, Tatiana. Despite NAR, the Lurkers, Chernobylite, and everything else happening in the zone, you somehow managed to stay laser-focused on her.
Tatiana is the reason I'm here.
I admire your dedication, but at the same time, it worries me.
Why?
There's a lot at stake here. We think we have an idea what NAR is up to, but what if we've only scratched the surface? What if their plans go beyond the zone, to encompass the whole world?
That sounds just a bit far-fetched.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong. What if the only way to stop them is razing everything to the ground and killing everyone? I mean everyone.
That's not going to happen. I'll find a way.
I hope you do, Igor. I really hope so.
Hi, Olga. I was wondering if you could share some of the know-how you've picked up in the zone.
I'd be glad to. But here in the zone, you must be self-sufficient. You don't want to end up worm food.
Actually, I can't do it right this minute.
Hi, Igor. I trust everything's going well.
Yes. Yes, what about yourself?
I'm as well as can be expected.
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
Yes. I've seen some really fucked up shit since I became a soldier of fortune. I fought Somali pirates, trained insurgents in Latin America. I even helped squash an uprising at a diamond mine in Africa.
You never felt what you were doing was somehow wrong?
I never really thought about it. War is all I've ever known. Besides, it's a matter of perspective. To NAR, you and me are the bad guys. Reactionaries, terrorists.
You're overthinking this.
Don't worry. Besides,
Do you think you could find some time to teach me some of your...
but I'll be
Maybe some other time.
You're the boss, Igor.
Do you think you...
But I'll be...
Perfect.
Follow. Now I'm going to teach you how to remain invisible when there's little cover. It all depends on how quick and quiet you can be. When concealed, look for the next closest cover to your goal. Observe the enemy, and once you see an opening, advance quickly while staying as low as you can. I'll play the role of your opponent. Begin. Good job, Igor. Your chances of survival just increased. What's going on, Igor?
Do you think you could find some time?
But I'll be...
Perfect.
Let's follow me. Okay. Now focus, Igor. You only fire on my command. Understood? You have 5 bullets for 5 targets. Stand straight, but knees relaxed, and focus on the front sight. Make each bullet count. Ready? Fire! Stand straight, with your legs spread at shoulder width. Then your knees will lift about your accuracy. Perfect score. Look at you, Professor. We'll make a guerrilla fighter out of you yet. What's going on, Igor?
Do you think you could...
But I'll be...
Perfect.
Follow me. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to introduce some more advanced techniques. I'm going to teach you how to shoot from cover. Don't hug your cover. Keep it at arm's length, or you won't be able to see your target. Remember to stay in cover as much as you can. Pick your target and squeeze the trigger gently. Don't rush. Okay, Igor? Ready? Go! Nicely done. Keep practicing and you'll be the terror of the zone in no time. Extend your arm and stand still. This isn't a dance.
How are things, Professor?
I would like to read...
Sure, read...
What can I do for you, Professor?
I'd like to...
Sure, Igor.
I can hear his voice.
The Rat King is talking to you.
I wouldn't call it talking necessarily. It is always there, rustling about in the shadows. I can feel its gaze upon me, inhuman, infernal, like something from the void.
Who is the Rat King?
Better you ask, what is the Rat King? Its mind is beyond the comprehension of us mortals, Mouse.
But surely I can do something to help.
You are helping, Mousy. Yes, of course you are helping. You are my right hand in the struggle against Rat King's forces. But the final battle will be mine, and mine alone.
Why?
As the poet said, the best laid plans of mice and men often go to shit.
I see. And I'm the mouse in this quote?
Why wouldn't you be, Mousy?
Let me take a look at your gear.
Of course, Mouse.
What's going on, Igor?
Can we...
Sure, whatever you need.
Igor McSpreegor.
How's life, Mikhail?
It used to be so much better around. It's a pit on Bierschket without...
What?
Take it back, Misha told he wore the... It doesn't matter, Chernobyl, goddamn.
Want to trade?
Just make it...
What can I do for you?
I'd like to...
Sure.